is your position just as far as like, since you've been dealing with crypto for a while, like how much of this stuff has been stuff like things you already ran through or things you've seen and shit like that? Because like you said, you've been through Solana, you've been over there like Ethereum NFTs and stuff like that. What's so different, you know what I mean, like as far as your experiences? Because like we probably can say like it's been a solid year.
Well, the only reason why I was super attracted to Cronos because it was early and it was an opportunity to set up shop. Like that's how I kind of felt like.
Yeah.
And when I say set up shop, I ain't talking about to scam anybody. I'm talking about like to get in early and to find these projects early on before the masses come running over. So that's why I, with all the experience that I was doing before, it was just more of a jumping on hype trains and jumping on what people are talking about. But over here, I had time to settle down and really look into new stuff. Not a lot of people got eyes on it yet. So that's what I really like about the Cronos blockchain. And now it's more utility over here. Cronos blockchain has like a pack with utility. It's not just like pictures anymore. We always talk about this. Like the Meerkat really shaped out the way of the coin over here on the DeFi wallet.
Yeah,
they're really paving the road for that. And since that happened, everybody wants to have a coin over here too. So yeah, man, it's the utility. I think the utility side of things over here, that's what I'm really attracted to, and that's what I've grown into, and that's where I think that we will see the most benefits from moving forward.
Hell yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying your position, like it probably really fit into you because you're not scared of challenge. You know what I mean? You get in there and you ask them tough ass questions and it probably makes people uncomfortable, but fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're asking it for the people. You know what I mean? That's a good ass character because it's like, you know what I mean? Some of us don't ask those questions. You know, like I go in there and I just listen. You know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, you know what I mean? You learn a lot when you listen, but you also direct things when you talk, when you speak. You know what I mean? You really direct things, you know what I mean, with your conversation and shit when you go on the devs. That's why I'm like, man, where's your position now, man? I'm like, you done grew so much in this motherfucker, man. I done heard you talk to, Sequence. I done heard you talk to Lazy. I done heard you talking to certain just projects that I just hop in space and you just in there. You know what I'm saying? Leo's Lounge and shit. Like you got no fear, bro. Like that's dope.
Man, just being honest, bro. Like I learned so much being in the spaces. I've learned so much listening to people ask questions. Like people like up in them, like they ask the tough questions and they ask the stuff that a lot of people don't have the nerve to come up and ask. So I kind of took that and I kind of feel like we need more of that. We need to challenge these devs. Like now when thinking about it, if I would have challenged Sequence in them early on, I think they would have corrected what I was
your own thoughts,
fearing about
your own fucking fears
with the Meerkats. Yeah, so some things I feared, I didn't have the courage to go up and ask Sequence. I didn't have the courage to go and ask the Meerkat devs, and it drew me to sell a lot of my Meerkats, and but then now when I think about it, not asking these questions, I lost a lot of that. So moving forward, what I do now is when I go into these spaces, I want to ask these things that nobody wants to ask about because it's what's going to keep me attracted to the project or not. You feel me?
And that just shows right there how much power, you know what I mean, we still have, on Cronos side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're still identified as equal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's no real, this person doesn't matter. No, everybody matters over here. And that's why I say it's like, it's dope, bro. It's a good ass feeling that you can actually get your answers. Let me get your questions answered and shit like that.
Yeah, and that's something that I strongly encourage for anybody to do. Anybody new into the spaces, anybody new investing and stuff, ask those tough questions, challenge the devs. For the longest, nobody, asked Chad and Kevin with the Lazy Horse Race Club. Nobody asked them like, "What's your end goal in this?" Until like way later on, and then someone came in and was like, "What do you guys plan to get out of all this?" And then they were so surprised. They were like kind of laughing about it, like, "Man, we thought that nobody would never ask us this," but it's something that they talked about. Like, why ain't nobody asking them? And that's what I picked up. Like, we need to ask these tough questions, where upfront questions, right?
Yeah.
Or else we'll never know, and we'll just always be thinking like, "Is this gonna work? Is it gonna work?" Like, ask those questions. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's like, a lot of us might not want to ask those questions because we're emotionally attached.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people like, There's people out there like blockheads, man.
Oh,
Man, he's gonna ask you the toughest of the tough, but it's like those are the things that's needed. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? Imagine if our community had more people like that. What are we gonna run off? What are we gonna pull in? You know what I mean? Nobody could just come here and just make something, because at the end of the day, Cronos is so new that, you know what I mean, that we actually know our wells. You know what I mean? So if we're recycling or whatever the situation, why burn us?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When we can all just ask these questions so that, you know, the people who can't afford it, you know what I mean, that don't have that, don't have to lose that. Some people are intimidated. It's just a natural feeling. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a natural feeling of, you know, of just non-confrontational. Not too many people want to challenge the devs. You know what I mean? If they're there for what they say, I mean, why not?
Yeah, man. Like moving forward, for anybody new coming into this NFT space, whether it be on the Ethereum side, Solana side, whatever it may be, Chrono side, like your money's invested. You know, challenge the devs. That's just like one of the biggest advices I could give to any new beginner. You know, I would never tell anybody where to put the money, but I will always tell someone to, you know, always share advice on how to research what they're investing into. You feel me?
You stay active into your investments. This isn't just like 401k where you just set it and you don't know where it's at. You know what I mean? This is more of, you're invested because you're interested. You know what I mean? You care about if you're going to become something, and you care about if you're not going to become something. So it's like, you know what I mean? They have their platforms. You got Discord, you got Telegram, you got Mediums, you got Twitter. You know what I mean? They even have Reddit. So it's like all through all those platforms, they give you the option of, you know, actually talking to the devs, which are the creators.
That's the biggest tool right in front of you, and so it's just important to use it.